Thank you for having us.
Yeah.
And could you
Welcome.
please tell us what is your name and what is your role in this organization?
I'm Dr. Pao, retired Assistant Director from Department of Health Planning, and at that time I'm in charge of Health Education Section, IC Materials. Yeah, and now I retired from the service for about 8 years. Now my age is 68. For this center, I'm the volunteer manager of this center.
Okay. We heard this amazing story of the Goenka's life, Mr. Goenka's life, and his son, and the influence. How has Mr. Goenka's legacy influenced to your life privately?
Of course, I was a Buddhist since my childhood. I got that knowledge from my parents and as well as my teachers. And during my younger years, I have to do for education and then proceed to the profession. Since I'm a doctor, I do medical works throughout my life up to age 60. I'm in charge of health education section on IC materials. That's why I do like that. That's why in those days, I have little practice on Vipassana. All my time, extra time, I spend those extra times with like samatha, that is, you mean Samadhi. We have 3 sections, Pila, Dhamma, Samadhi, and Penya. And I don't go in deep to Penya. Up to my age of 60, I spend most of my life in Tila and Samadhi. But some few moments I have chance to take Vipassana or with the different sayadaws. But at the time of my retirement, I chose the way, I chose the method, and I very admired this method. But at that time, I and my wife are together, and my wife is not so well. She is diabetic, hypertensive patient. That's why we can't stand to sit here.
You have to be
yeah,
all the time.
that's why I support her, and we do meditation in the lighter centers, not too heavy like that. That's why I have no chance to come here. And my wife passed away since 2.5 years ago. At the time, I started to join the center. And I registered to sit here on the day of on the last year of our Guruji. I don't know, that will be his last day. Last year of his life.
Okay. 2003.
Yeah. Oh, no. 2000.
30. Oh, I'm sorry.
30. Yeah. And at that time, I registered here to attend the 10-day course. And I told to my eldest son, who is the Township Medical Officer of Delta region in Singapore, and I say that I will go to Nepido first, and after coming back from Nepido, I will attend this course. And next morning, while I'm traveling to the Nepido, my eldest son, phoned to me that our respectable Guruji passed away last night. I'm very sorry for that. And then I phoned to the center, and this center confirmed that message. And our 10-day course shifted some period. And that very 10-day course, I joined the center. That's why my duration to this center is very short. Only 1 year and some months. Very short.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're in charge of the center.
Yeah.
And how many times, or Mr. Goenka was here as a teacher, or he wasn't here teaching people?
I'm not here at the time when Guruji came, but if I'm not wrong, I noticed about 3 times our Guruji come back to the center and sit here.
Sit teaching?
Yes,
teaching.
sit teaching.
Okay.
But I'm not here at that time. Very unluckily.
Our teacher, Umya Kyo, is a student of Mr. Goenka, right?
Yeah, right.
Okay.
Right. Yeah.
And how long it takes to be a teacher?
It is beyond my scope. It is beyond my scope. But I noticed that to become a teacher, we choose so many things. That person's age, that person's education, that person's ability to accept Dhamma, and that person's ability to share Dhamma to the other people. There's so many points.
It's like 10 special things that characteristic of the person by Buddhist, by Dhamma doctrine must have the person who want to be a teacher.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So, and the teacher is checking all the characteristic in the student and choosing the one who can be a teacher.
Yeah, sure.
But after that, how many years approximately takes to study to be a teacher? For example, Mr. Goenka, how many years took him to be a teacher?
Our Guruji was trained by Siaji Ubake, and he was trained about not less than 3 years.
3 years.
And then our Guruji was appointed at the time when Siaji Ubake go to Mandalay, which is the native of our Guruji. And at that course, our Siaji Ubake assigned our Guruji as a teacher. That's why it is so delicate, because it is the decision of the teacher, not the decision of other person.
Yeah, he's observing and seeing, watching how his student is growing as a teacher.
Progress, and to become a teacher.
Yeah. So, okay. And do you know some numbers about taking the course here?
Yeah.
And, how much since it opened?
As I said before, up to now there are 417 10-day courses. 417 10-day courses.
What are the other courses do you have?
Other courses may be, for example, Satipatthana course. Satipatthana course, if I am not wrong, it is 36. 36.
What is Satipatthana?
Satipatthana.
Satipatthana. How many days?
For 8 days. 8 days.
8 days. Okay.
And children's course?
It is higher course. It is the entrance gate of the long course.
Okay.
If anyone, any yogi, any old student want to become a student of the long course, he or she has to pass 8 days course of Satipatthana.
And then what is the next step? The long course, how many days?
Next step, long course is 20 days course.
20 days.
20 days, 30 days, and 45 days.
30 and then 45.
45 is the longest course.
Yeah, longest course. Longest course in Myanmar.
Okay.
But if anyone wants to attend 60 days course, he or she has to attend at Ikapuri, India. Ikapuri.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what is the number of students who had these courses, long courses, 60 days?
60 days. all the long course meditators are the teachers or conducting teachers of our Myanmar. No other person cannot go to.
Yeah, but how many people, how many students passed this course? Do you know numbers?
I think more than about 40 persons, including male and female teachers, had already attended.
40
40
persons.
40 persons.
40 persons.
Yeah.
Okay. It's what's period of time?
60 days course at Ikaburi.
No, 40 persons in how many years?
From the year of opening to now. I think
What
it
year?
may be about, if I'm not wrong, it may be about within 5 years.
The last 5 years.
Last 5 years.
Okay,
So many teachers, for example, about 10 teachers are attending 60 days courses for 2 or 3 times.
okay.
Yeah.
So it's noble science and all the strict rules also there.
Yeah. You will sign.
And the 8-day course, is it different than the 10-day course, or is it saying the structure is different, right? Are you starting with 3 days of samadhi or anapana, and then
Samadhi.
Then procedure is the same,
see, okay.
but way of approach is very different. Procedure means 1/3 of the course must be anapana, and rest 2/3 will be vipassana. That's the same.
Same for all the courses.
All the courses the same,
Okay.
but way of approach is very different because the capacity of acceptance of the meditator is very different. Yeah, for short courses and for ordinary normal 10 days courses, they understand very little.
Very little.
Very little. And repeat and repeat again, and they understand more, and they have to pass 8 days course of Satipatthana, and then pass to 20 days course,
Longer
and
and
30
longer.
days course, 45 days course, and then go to 45 days course.
But what is the
50
difference?
days, 60 days course.
But what is the difference? Satipatthana. What's the difference between the 10 days?
Yeah. For 10 days, you are an old student, you know what are teaching in the 10 days course.
Yeah.
For first 3 days in Anapana, and then other 7 days Vipassana.
Right.
And that's for ordinary 10K course.
Right.
For Satipatthana course, it is a type of, it is the entrance gate of long course.
Right.
That's why in Satipatthana course, they asked to do Anapana only for 2.5 days, and the rest are Vipassana. And during Vipassana, as you know, in 10 days school, our Guruji instruct a person to go slow and slow, slowly, from part by part,
Yes.
and area by area. Our method is that it is seeing the sensations of the outer portion of the body first, and then if he or she is enough to see outer sensations, she or he can see what are happening in the inner portion of the body. That's a later time. But it is only on, if you remember, it is only on 9 days.
Yes.
Day 9 instruction change, and asks our Guruji asks to emphasize the whole body for whole time, except deep sleep hours. Other time you have to meditate, or you have to see your inside and outside your body, the whole being. It means about 20 hours we have to meditate. That is only on day 9. Day 9 for ordinary 10 days course. Only 2 days we spend like that. But for the 8 days course, from the day 3 onwards to day 8,
Okay, so it's
we
much work.
much work.
Yes.
We are emphasizing the whole period.
Meditating all the time.
All the time,
Okay.
meditating all the time, emphasizing Dhamma all the time.
Okay.
Yeah.
And as I know, there's a next step. When
Yeah.
First you're observing your surface,
Yeah, surface,
then you go inside,
inside, yeah,
and then spine.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So is it on the 20 days and 30 days of you have like rules of what day you will start observe inner side, not the surface.
Since I am not a student for that courses, I don't know the reality, but I heard from the teachers that for the long courses, they are very emphasizing to see your body inside and outside every time.
Every time.
Every time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
my knowledge.
Yeah.
that's a
Oh,
development. I mean,
Yeah.
this is level up.
Yeah.
So you're going deeper,
Deeper and
deeper,
deeper.
and deeper.
Yeah.
All the 10, 20 days, then you go 30 days. And by your experience, by the statistics, what's the period between, let's say, student passed 8 days, then what's the period of time he's not attending the course? Then he goes to the 20 days. Then what's the period of time he's relaxing, and then he goes to the 30 days?
Any meditators have to complete 3 10 days courses
Okay.
and 1 Dhamma Sava course and duration of Dhamma for 1 year. That is, you know, as our Guruji's instruction, continuous practice of meditation is the secret of success. That's why we have to meditate 1 hour in the morning and 1 hour in the evening regularly up to 1 year.
Okay.
Yeah.
If anyone is regular in first year, for the next years, it is no problem to try much. Automatism comes and he or she always meditate 1 hour in the morning and 1 hour in the evening easily.
Okay.
That person will attend to the Satipatthana course.
8 day course.
8 days
So
course.
after 1 year already
Yeah.
practicing, he can
Yeah.
attend. Okay. And then he passed this 8 days, so
Yeah.
he can go at this time directly to the 20 days, or he's
For 20 days course, the total duration of meditation must be not less than 2 years.
okay. So
By this method, not the other method. And any person accept this method shouldn't do other method,
yes.
because mixing of the methods can confuse to attain the real taste of Dhamma. That's why it is a main discipline of our Guruji. If he or she decide to meditate by this method, please continue throughout his or her life with this method only. In that case, he or she may succeed successfully. Otherwise, no.
I have a question. So, but it says that yoga is compatible with this Vipassana.
Yeah.
So, what about that? What about like the mixing of yoga and this method? If it's compatible, if you're getting to that stage where they just want you to do Vipassana
Yeah.
only,
Yeah.
then is it also allowed to do the yoga at the same time?
According to my knowledge, yoga is not a type of meditation.
Okay.
Yoga is a type of concentrating the mind. That's why
and connection.
connection.
Okay.
That's why it is not not the exact way of meditation, but it is allowable to do this method together with yoga. No problem.
Okay. Okay.
And
No
also,
problem.
and also active work with body.
Yeah,
Okay.
it acts for the health of the body.
Asanas.
Yeah, that's why yoga is acceptable.
Yeah.
I mean the other different methods
Sure,
of the different centers don't miss.
Right.
Yeah.
So anything that's not considered meditation
Yeah,
then is acceptable to do alongside with Vipassana.
yeah,
Right. Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
So you're saying after 8 days, the student is passed the course,
Yeah.
so he have to practice 2 years more
Yeah.
of everyday daily meditation,
Yeah.
then he can attend to 20 days.
Mm, if he or she passed 8 days course, he or she has to spend other 1 year.
Other
Of
one.
course, he or she has already completed first year. That's why he or she allowed to sit for the Satipatthana course.
Okay.
That's why 1 year after 1 year, when completing 2 years service for this method, he or she can
Go to
enter
20
the
days.
20 days course, long
Then
course.
again, 1 more year,
Yeah.
he's practicing up to 20 days, and then he goes to the 30 days.
Yeah.
So this period between the courses is 1 year of
Yeah.
practicing.
Yeah.
So it takes about, let's say, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 years
Yeah.
to reach 60 days course.
But for ordinary meditators, 60 days course is not allowed.
Why?
60 days course is only limited for teachers.
For teachers.
For teachers,
Okay.
not the ordinary people.
Gotcha.
Ordinary people can repeat 45 days course, 45 days course, one after another.
Okay, so 60 days only for teachers who want to
Yeah.
be a teacher.
Yeah.
That's
Those who are chosen
Right.
as teacher, they can sit for 60 days and they have to apply to Igapuri, not here,
Okay.
Okay, so it's
India.
only in India.
India. Yeah.
That's interesting information.
It's very.
Yeah. And how many teachers, if you know numbers,
Yeah.
around the world now?
If I'm not wrong, throughout the world, there are more than 1,000 teachers.
1,000.
1,000.
1,000 teachers.
So, different nationalities.
Different nationalities and different concepts. Some are Hindus, some are Muslim,
Yeah.
some are Jain. All the persons accept as a teacher.
That's nice.
Now most are the Buddhists.
Most of them,
Okay.
yes, yeah.
Yeah.
Because of Dhamma.
Yeah, Dhamma.
And Christians too.
Yeah.
Christians, of course.
Christian,
Yeah,
of
yeah,
course.
Yeah, yeah.
Many of them.
Probably
Yeah.
many, yeah.
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
That's really nice.
That's
and
very interesting.
what is the growth of this numbers
Yeah.
of teachers? For example, year by year, increasing?
Yeah, increasing, but not so rapidly. But because to become a teacher is very
Long way.
difficult.
Five
Long
years.
way
At
to-
least 5 years.
long
Yeah.
way to drive.
Right.
That's why
Yeah.
number of growth is not too much, but we are emphasizing on quality,
Yes.
not quantity. As you know,
Of course.
Dhamma is qualitative work,
Of course.
not quantitative
Of
work.
course. Now, question about quality.
Yeah.
So, how do you check other centers around the world
Yeah,
if
Yes.
their quality is good?
yeah. And as you know, in India, it is a research institute, VRI.
Okay. Yeah. No.
VRI.
Of course.
That's why VRI study everything and announce instructions and disciplines always. That's why these are the checkpoints for all teachers and as well as for our yogis, all students.
So there are some trainings for teachers when
Yeah.
they come to one place
Yeah.
and like qualification,
Yeah.
checking their qualification
Yeah.
to check if they're
Just like refresher course.
Your refresher course.
Yeah, and annual meetings are always in the Ikapuri.
is a huge, big one.
Yeah,
Okay.
more than 9,000 people can sit
Oh my God!
at one time.
Wow.
Yeah,
And
But
do they do 10-day courses there?
yeah. Well, so many types of courses there.
Wow.
That's-
Wow. That would be a place to go.
Okay, where is the? So this is one of the biggest, right?
For Myanmar,
No,
Right, it can-
Ikapuri is
Yeah.
the biggest for the world. Yeah.
Biggest in the world. Okay.
Yeah.
And I'm curious. Okay. What the connection to the centers in the West, the Americas, North America, South America?
Yeah.
Is it? How do you deal with the cultural differences that you experience between? And how do you manage? What's the organization that you need to keep everything
since we have website,
Yeah.
the connection is very good.
Sure.
And VRI connect to the all centers, and all centers obey the discipline of our Guruji. Yeah, that's why for our centers, the presence and absence of Guruji is not different.
Okay.
Because we have all recorded Guruji's sound
exactly.
and Guruji's instruction.
Yeah.
And as you know, there are no extra teacher than Guruji.
Yeah.
Because Guruji instruct our
Always,
yogis, our students, to exact.
Yeah.
That's why
And
we have no
sustain.
problem.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why we are in the centers. We hear Guruji all the time.
Yeah.
Because another person can interpret it in another words.
Yeah.
And that's why we hear and watch him on the TV.
Since you are intellectuals, and you may know that from this point, two lines goes out. Go out. One line is here, and one line is there. For example, at the starting point, they are not so far, but when they go away and away, their difference is very
More
far.
and more, right?
Yeah. That's why for our centers throughout the world, we are doing the same exact instruction of our Guruji principle.
Right.
That's why no difference.
That's good. That's
Yeah.
really good.
As just to play, just to push the envelope, as you say, there's two paths. But what about Buddha says the middle way, right? He says he emphasizes the middle path.
Yeah, it is different.
Just-
The middle way means not in the midway. It is the middle way.
Right.
The one way is very strenuous work to the body and mind. The one way. The other way is very luxurious and spend every greed and every good desires more.
Right.
And these are the two
ways.
different ways.
Right.
And middle way means don't touch to the right, don't touch to the left,
Right.
and we go straight in the center.
Right.
Straight means not a straight line. We are going the right path.
Yes.
That's why we choose eight noble truth.
Right.
Yes.
Right understanding, right concept, just like that.
Right.
Yeah. And we
Exactly.
do with the middle way. Middle way means like that. I taught you the 2 points with if a sender run by a person and when he expired, when he or she expired, he or she don't left his discipline or her discipline, its sender method will deviate to a certain extent.
Right.
For our senders, no difference. Because our Guruji is very great scientist.
Yes.
That's why he planned everything. What are needed in 10 days course, what are needed in the 8 days course, what are needed in the long courses. Everything he had already planned, and we obey up to now, and we will obey up to the infinity of the period. Yeah, we will obey like that because we have all recorded. We don't worry.
That's right.
Yeah.
Okay, the question about the difficulties, problems that you are experiencing.
Yeah.
Any kind of. How do you solve them?
Yeah.
What are kind of problems do you have?
Yeah. Since we all are human beings, we have to face many problems, uncountable problems. But we have to solve those problems with metta, with kindness, loving kindness. If anyone had complete loving kindness, he or she can solve every problem. If he or she had no loving kindness, he or she cannot solve the problem.
So for instance, Mr. Goenka was telling us about how some centers around the world, they're getting basically overrun by other organizations that decide that they don't like whatever's being taught and they want to teach their own cultural values. Like
Yes, yes.
So how do you deal with that?
I had some news, especially from the West,
Yeah.
but those are few.
Yeah.
For about all the centers are obeying Guruji's discipline up to now. Some, only very little, they want to change something, they
Yeah.
want to add something.
Yeah.
Actually speaking, there is no chance to add anything,
Right.
no chance to
exactly.
exact anyone,
Yes.
anyone.
Anything.
No,
Yeah.
it's all complete.
Right.
Because our Guruji do the exact way of liberation.
Can I ask what specific things in the West that you've heard? What problems? Where?
What did they try to
Exact knowledge I have not.
Okay.
Yeah, I had the hearsay.
Okay.
Some like that. It is not strange.
Yeah.
Because if you study the history, at the time of our Buddha, after time of our Buddha, Shima Kattapa and try to first assembly of the Sangha, and then up to now there are 6 assemblies of Sangha, as you know.
Yeah.
Like that, some may be changed, but many are obeying according to our Guruji's words.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah.
That's good. Well, yeah, you gave us so much information, and it's going to be helpful. We'll help to spread the word about this technique.
Yeah.
And thank you very much for your time.
And thank you also for giving information to you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.